NFL was insane yesterday.
Yes, it was. That's fun. Maybe baseball should take a note of that.
Do you like it?
Crazy like that?
The news just going off like that?
Oh, yeah. We didn't get anything done in sales. It was great.
I could imagine,
I loved it. I was trying to...
Your boss is a diehard Giant fan.
Oh, yeah. He was popping out of the office every 5 minutes like, dude, hey, Christian Wilkins going here, Kirk Cousins going here. Yeah. I was like, yeah, let's have a meeting about this. Let's have a roundup. Let's
X's and O's.
Let's go over this.
It felt a little, coming up. We got a tournament coming up here, and we'll be hanging out at A with the tournament and having a lot of fun. Yesterday felt like, and maybe this is just a bad read by me, it felt like unless your job was something where you had to be focused, maybe a little marchy with how interrupted people were at work.
Yeah.
With the constant flooding of the news in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. We're texting my buddies.
Yes.
As things are coming
and they're texting you back. And everybody's following at that point.
Stopping by. People do you see this move? Hey.
It's insane.
Yeah, it was. It's a lot of fun. I was complaining because, kind of like you, is that I had my show on Sunday, and I was just sitting there like, the Russell Wilson news hadn't even dropped. That was Sunday night that went down.
Yeah, that's the worst preview spot to be in because it's a couple days away.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun yesterday, just keeping track of everything and just waiting for the Cowboys to do something, and it didn't happen.
Well, Schefter was on the morning show on ESPN before us, and he basically said he doesn't think that a whole lot's going to happen after this. I know Calvin Ridley hasn't signed anywhere, but largely most of the moves are done. Josh Jacobs to the Packers. Saquon's an Eagle. The Rams get a tight end offensive line. Watch my Rams, by the way. NFC pick next year.
Watch
Rams.
your Rams.
Watch my Rams.
Hey, my Rams are awesome.
You're a bandwagon Ram fan. Raiders get Wilkins. Gus Edwards to the Chargers. Devin Singletary to the Giants. The Packers get Xavier McKinney. Pats get Gibson. Panthers get Hunt from Miami. The Vikings. You go through just a laundry list of teams yesterday. You almost don't have time to name them all, but what team stood out for you?
Super Chef Bobby Flay was there. I was with Mark Cuban. It was insane.
Gordon Ramsay.
It was fishing off the Bonita Coast Run. No, it was again, it was almost hard to keep track of. I had to pull up the free agency tracker. This morning we have Aaron Jones.
He's a Viking. Yeah.
We have two running backs going to divisional rivals.
Well, that was kind of confusing to me, the Jones-Jacobs thing. So Josh Jacobs signs from the Raiders to the Packers, and he's a good running back, really good. And everybody in Packerland, I think for a minute, was like, yo, we're going to have Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones. And then the money kind of came out, and then it was like, they're going to release Aaron Jones.
Okay.
And we got it explained. It's a multi-year deal, but I think 3 of the 4 or 2 of the 3 are team options. So really, Josh Jacobs could be on a 1-year deal here, but I believe Aaron Jones just signed a 1-year, $7 million deal.
Yeah.
So Minnesota got Aaron Jones for, what was the difference here, $6-7 million less than Josh Jacobs? I don't really feel like there's much of a difference. I think Josh Jacobs is a really good running back. I also think Aaron Jones is really good, and he's been valuable for them. He's been there a minute, man. That's a franchise guy. And now he's going to Minnesota. I liked what the Packers did, but that was one of the moves that I'm like,
You get a little bit younger with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, but it might be a 1-year deal. So, does age matter if you're talking about 1 year?
I don't think it's going to be a 1-year deal with Josh Jacobs. He showed last year he's still really, really good.
Yeah.
And I would say better pass catcher out of the backfield, more dynamic than Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones looked really good to end the year.
You think he's more dynamic than Aaron Jones? Really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. As far as being able to not just run the ball, and I think that has way more, not way more, they're both fast, but has more speed, has better breakaway speed. And yeah, as far as just going out of the backfield as a pass catching option, I'd rather have Josh Jacobs than Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones finished the year great last year. He rolled all over the Cowboys in that playoff game. So Aaron Jones still has plenty on him. But again, you get younger, and I think you get one of the best running backs in the NFL with Josh Jacobs.
Is Green Bay a team that won the day for you guys?
Outside of Josh Jacobs, I'm trying, again, so much happened. I'm trying to remember everything that they did. I'm going to have to pull up the tracker here.
They got McKinney from New York, the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that fills a big hole for them.
It's the back end of your defense.
That's a big one. But I'm not as impressed with them as maybe. Like, I think obviously the big winner was Atlanta yesterday. I still think the Steelers got the sneaky deal with
Atlanta
Russell
was the big
Wilson.
winner for you?
Yeah, with Kirk
Because of
Cousins.
Kirkers?
I obviously did not want to see that happen for Kirk Cousins, but now when
Wait, why didn't you want to see that happen?
because I thought yesterday we were talking about, like, do you want to see him stay in Minnesota or Atlanta? I thought Minnesota was just a better fit for him. However, I did not remember that he'd spent a couple of years in Washington with Raheem Morris. So it sounds like there's a lot of familiarity there. The new offensive coordinator, a very, very good Sean McVay guy. And I don't think any offensive guys under Sean McVay that have gone on their own have failed in the NFL. So it's a good situation for him. He got his bag. And it doesn't sound like, from reading between the tea leaves, the Vikings were actually going to pay him.
Well, I think that's ultimately, you're making valid points, Schultze, but I think ultimately it's the money.
Yeah,
I mean, he got
overall.
he got $100 million guaranteed.
But money plus, like, say, hey, we've all worked together for a couple of years. You got a ton of money. You're at another place, and then you have the chance to go back and work with us again.
Well, and you got what many people think is a really good receiver, what many people think could be an elite tight end if they actually throw him the freaking football.
And they're so young.
And Bijan Robinson.
They're so young, and he's a mature guy. He's more of a family guy, like not the show, an actual family dude that loves to just go home and spend time with his kids. I think that's a good influence for a young locker room.
The internet was saying that he was White Kyle from Road Trip going to Atlanta when he sleeps with the gal at the all black college. Did you guys watch the movie Road Trip?
Dude, I haven't seen
It's been a while, but yeah.
20 years.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No, because it's been 20 years.
Oh man, yeah, you should go look up Kirk Cousins on Twitter just to see the photo of like Kirk Cousins when he gets to Atlanta. We'll get to Kirk Cousins. I want to talk about Kirk Cousins. We got Andy Bunker coming up here in just a minute. One for me, and we'll get into some more of this. I'm a little baffled what Carolina's doing. By the way, Giants, nice little pickup there. Brian Burns is a really good edge rusher.
Dude, they gave him a bag.
Yeah, you need premier edge rushing. Like, you need that guy. You need pass rushing. It matters. It helps you go a little further than what you think you can do. And in a year where Daniel Jones is maybe on his last legs, or maybe they're going to draft a quarterback, maybe they don't win next year, but I'll still take Brian Burns. I'll have him in 2 years. I'd love to have him in 3 years. What is he? He's 25? Is he 27?
25 or 26. And
26.
I feel like this young player coming in and getting such a bag ensures that they are going to move on from Daniel Jones. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe before this next season, but they're getting rid of that cap hit very soon.
Jones is cooked. I think
done.
he's not for long in New York. I didn't understand that by Carolina. You have a young coach. You have a young quarterback. You have other areas you need to address, sure. You sign some offensive linemen to massive amounts of money. So you're shoring up the interior of your offensive line. You trust that the new coach is going to be paired well with Bryce Young. Why would you not just sign Brian Burns?
They need draft capital, don't they?
They got a second and a fifth. They could have got 2 firsts for him from the Rams this year. They said no to that.
Well, that's very stupid of them.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they're one of the worst run organizations in sports, and like, Carolina's lying to themselves as a city. We have a guy that comes on from Carolina, and last year for the draft, I'm like, you guys are really just going to get Bryce Young, huh? And he's like, yep. And I'm kind of just still stunned that they think the 5'9" quarterback's the answer there, and I don't think you can win that way. And then
5'9".
He's not very tall, dude. I think legitimately he's 5'9", 5'10".
I don't think he's 5'9".
Yeah.
We're fighting over 2 inches, which I guess a lot of guys usually do, but he can't see over the line very often. I think that's the key point.
Don't you think if the NBA players lie about their height, you don't think the NFL lies about those guys' height?
We all played football in high school, right?
He's listed as 5'10".
No. That means he's 5'8"
listed at 5'10".
Right,
He might be 5'8" and 7/8".
Yeah.
If I am 5'9" or 5'10", I'm putting myself down to 6 foot on that football roster.
baby.
I mean, what are we doing?
Me too.
That is.
I'm at least getting a 5'11".
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you guys played high school football, you know that they did that on our high school rosters. They always gave us like 2 extra inches and 20 extra pounds.
Senior year high school, Park Rose, my coach put on the pamphlet for senior night, Brandon Sprague, 6'4". Yeah! And I said, what are you doing? He goes, I know you wish you were 6'4". I go, damn right I do. I'd be yamming out here.
You sprouted a little bit this year, haven't you?
Well, the NFL is crazy. We'll